How are you? You caught me zoning out for the 1 minute before the meeting. Let's go.
Meeting is being held in accordance with the Sunshine Laws of the State of New Jersey, Chapter 145 by Mayor and Council, and the Planning Board for official notices. Notice of this meeting was posted on the Borough Bulletin Board and the borough's website for that purpose. Can I have a roll call, Suzanne?
Sure. Ms. Bonacorsi? Mr. Madden?
Here.
Chairman Hansen?
Here.
Councilwoman Harron? Mr. Famular?
Here.
Mr. Shannon?
Here.
Mr. Schmidt?
Here.
We have a quorum. Everybody rise for the flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have some administrative items to handle this evening before we get to our caseload. First item is the approval of the meeting minutes from the March 21st, 2024 meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? Are there any revisions or comments? Want to entertain a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve.
We have a second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Mr. Madden and Mr. Shannon have abstained. Suzanne? We have 6 resolutions from last month that we need to approve. First one is case number 24-2-3P. That's Una Voce LLC, 414 Whitehorse Pike, Block 37, Lot 8, and that was for an amended site plan approval, I believe. Has everybody had a chance that voted affirmatively had a chance to review the resolution? Any comments or questions on the resolution? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We have a second? Roll call, Suzanne?
Sure. Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Ms. Bonacorsi? Mr. Famular?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harron? And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion passes. The next resolution is case number 24-2-1P. That's Keith and Beth Borchers, 1009 Sycamore Street, Block 70, Lot 19. Have all the members that voted affirmatively on the matter had a chance to review the resolution? Any questions or revisions? Comments on the resolution? Seeing none, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Suzanne, please.
Ms. Bonacorsi? Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Councilman Harron? Mr. Famular?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion passes. Next resolution, case number 24-3-1P, Casey and Daniel Hoos, 1728 Sycamore Street, Block 94, Lot 3. I trust everybody's reviewed the resolution. Are there any comments or questions on the resolution? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Suzanne?
Ms. Bonacorsi? Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harron? Mr. Famular?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion passes. Next resolution, case number 24-3-2P, Sean Carney, 612 West High Street, Block 50, Lot 6. Has everybody had a chance to review the resolution? And if so, are there any questions or comments on the resolution? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make motion to approve.
Roll call, Suzanne?
Ms. Bonacorsi? Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harron? Mr. Famular?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Okay, next resolution, case number 24-3-3P, Crescendo Ventures LLC, 121 7th Ave, Block 28, Lot 31. That was a duplex certification. or multifamily certification, I should say. Has everybody had a chance to review the resolution? Any comments or questions on the resolution? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a second.
Second.
Roll call, please, Suzanne.
Sure. Ms. Bonaccorsi? Chairman Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Famularo?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Okay, the final resolution, case number 24-3-4P, Michael M. Cardy, 27 8th Avenue, Block 40, Lot 23. Has everybody had a chance to review the resolution? Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Roll call, Suzanne?
Sure. Ms. Bonaccorsi? Chairman Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Famularo?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion passes. At this time, I'll open the meeting for public comment on any matters that are on our agenda tonight. Seeing there's nobody here from the public that doesn't appear to be associated with any of the cases, we'll close public comment. On to new business. We're going to shuffle the order a little bit tonight because one of our cases has legal representation. I'd like to accommodate them to try to get them done as quick as possible. So we'll call, first case will be case number 24-4-2P. That's Andrew Tiegler, 318 Crest Avenue, Block 13, Lot 9.01 for a porch addition. And I see he's represented by Mr. Dom Fahey tonight. And I'll turn it over to you, Dom.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson. Dominic Fay appearing on behalf of the property owner, Andrew Tegler, who's not able to be here this evening. I have with me Mr. Tegler's father, Kurt Tegler, who's very familiar with the project and the property. Would you like to swear him in?
Can you, I'm sorry, is
Oh,
it
yeah.
Bert? Is their first name B?
C-U-R-T?
C-U-R-T?
Yeah, indeed.
And I'll swear in our board professional as well. Mr. Tegler, if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. Would you like a brief overview of our application?
You want to just tell us about the relief that's being sought, or maybe it might even be easiest for just to go through have Steve go through his letter, if you're all right with that, Dom.
The overview should come from the applicant.
Okay.
And then we'll jump right in.
Happy to do so. As you can see, we're proposing to do a 600 square foot, one-story addition in the rear of the property. In Mr. Bach's letter, it points out that we're proposing to enclose an existing front porch. That's not true. This particular house doesn't have a front porch. There is a front landing that has one step and then has a landing. So just wanted to set the record straight on that.
You will be enclosing that landing?
So our plan is to remove the landing and build a front porch on the front of the property. And then one of the things I want to note is that the property is undersized. This particular zone, I believe, is R3, requires 8,700 square feet. We currently have 7,500. There is a side setback that is a pre-existing nonconformity. The code requires 8 feet. We're at 4.86 feet. And the aggregate side requires 20 feet, and we're at 14.2. The addition that we're proposing, as you can see from the plans, does not increase that encroachment, but rather follows that line on both sides. Currently, we have 34 feet in the front setback. We're proposing 28 feet, which does encroach an additional 1.8 feet on the front setback, which requires 30 feet for the front porch. But this is, if you look at the existing properties on that street, this is consistent with a number of the properties on that street. I think that's a good summary for us right now.
I'll refer the board to our April 12, 2024 review. As the applicant has indicated, they're asking for a few points of relief: maximum lot coverage, the minimum front yard setback, side yard setback, and side aggregate setback. We have indicated in our review that this is going to be more than 500 square feet of disturbance, so a lot grading plan will be required. As to the increase of the maximum permitted impervious coverage of 30%, They are increasing to 33%. This is relatively negligible in terms of what they're allowed to do. So we're recommending the use of rain barrels and then directing all newly installed downspouts from the gutter system to be away from adjacent properties. Other than that, that's my report.
Is the applicant amenable to all the suggestions in Mr. Bach's review letter?
Yes.
Okay, and the question I was going to ask was about how it compares to the other setbacks, but you said there are several setbacks of similar nature along that block?
Yes.
Yeah, is that right,
Yes,
Mr.
there
Taylor?
are.
Okay.
It is noted the front yard encroachment is only that 1 3/4 feet. I mean,
Yeah, it's 21 inches over what's permitted, so I figure it wouldn't be, somebody's got to be at least close to the
Yeah.
setback line there. I'm familiar with the block. The houses are, they're not typically that far back on that block.
No. And Mr. Tegler, do you know, I happened to drive by, do you know, I think there was 2 properties that have similar front porches that are going to follow similar.
I
front
know
setback?
one for sure. I don't
Okay.
know the second one. 2 properties west of this property the plans were done by the same architect, and they have a front porch.
Okay,
So I know of the one.
I think it's 214 or 216, is that right?
okay. Seeing how nobody came out from the public to object, it doesn't seem like it's an objectionable project, but,
The porch is going to be a little bit wider than the landing is right now. That's the fact, right?
The porch proposed full width of the front of the house.
Well, no, I mean in terms of from where the landing goes to the front door, the landing that currently is there that you're going to replace
Correct.
is going to be the depth, sorry, from the front of the house out towards the street. It's going to be longer than what the landing is right now.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but not by much.
Right.
couple feet.
Couple.
Porch is only porch is only 6 feet wide, right? It looks like.
Yeah, I believe that's what the plan
So it's
shows.
probably 2 feet further than the landing. You know, landing's probably a 4-foot block, I would imagine. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
I'm just looking at the map, an overhead map of it, and you said 314 and 326 are further out towards the street, correct?
That sounds about
Like
right.
I
two
don't know
doors
the
down?
property addresses.
Indicated generally in the same
Except-
line as what
And
resulted.
they look to be at no more than, it looks to be about 6 feet as well, so I'm with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a two-story west of us. It may be 3 houses.
mhm.
I have the drawings for that because we were considering doing a 2-story at the time. And their porch was 6 feet from
And-
the original.
Yeah. And how high is the porch going to be?
It's
Enough to need a
one step,
railing?
won't need a railing.
Okay.
Won't require a railing.
I didn't see a railing in
Yeah.
the drawing, so just curious.
I have a quick question while the board is kind of mulling things over. For the property assessment for the tax page, when you can, there's a different owner on the page.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to ask about that. It's like Rita Di Fiore.
Yes. So Mr. Tegler just purchased the property. I believe the deed was dated the 4th or 3rd of April.
She passed away in September, and it was passed on to her 2 sons. So the date of the deed, I'm not really sure. They settled on February 29th.
So the deed hasn't been recorded.
Hasn't been, it's
Let's
probably not updated.
see.
I think it's just not updated, I think.
Yeah, I
They
don't know
just
how long it takes.
closed recently
Right.
soon. Yeah. So we are
Too
the
long.
owner.
Too
Okay.
long.
I just want to double check.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
There's somebody that might know about something like that.
Yeah, I'm checking,
Your specialty.
I am checking to see if it's recorded now.
Yeah, you can check the Camden County property records. if you have it.
Does anybody else
No,
have
I'm going
any,
right to the.
does anybody else have any
site.
other questions while Mr. Schmidt is doing his investigative work?
If not, Foundation Title has it for recording.
When did you say they closed?
February 29th?
Blot and block.
Everything all right, Suzanne?
Is that 9.001? Block 13.
9.01, block 13.
Yeah, I don't know if I start this thing. I can't make it.
We can make an announcement for that other application too, don't we?
Is there-
We'll make an announcement. We got to make an announcement
For
because the
both
third
of
guy's
them.
not coming, so
Yeah.
I'll make that up. Just remind me before we adjourn.
There's another one, right, besides that?
Yeah, so there's two.
There's two. Well,
So Elena, they do have consent of the owner as part of the application. Doesn't matter if the deed's recorded or not.
no, I don't think it
Okay.
does. I mean, I don't know how long that website takes to update.
We have a
Um,
consent owner form either way, though.
He does it.
Yeah,
They have a
Okay.
consent of owner form.
We should just, I think we could proceed as long as you're.
Yeah, I'm
with that.
okay with that. I just wanted to clarify and understand the situation. That was it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for us?
Questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, we'll open the meeting to the public. Does anybody wish to speak on this application, come forward? Seeing none, we'll close public participation and bring it back to the board. It looks like we got a bulk variance case, 3 bulk variances, side yard setback, aggregate side yard setback, and front yard, or four of them, I'm sorry. Side yard, aggregate side yard, front yard, and impervious coverage.
And it sounds to me that the application would qualify for the standard for a C1 bulk variance. It seems like there's a hardship because the property is undersized, which is a pre-existing non-conforming condition. They have a few others pre-existing non-conforming conditions as well. So I think that would create a hardship for the applicant.
Anybody want to make a motion to approve or disapprove the application?
I'll make a motion to approve the application for the bulk variance subject to the conditions set forth by Mr. Bach.
I'll second.
Roll call, Suzanne?
Sure. Ms. Bonaccorsi? Yes. Mr. Madden?
Yep.
Chairman Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Shannon?
Yes.
Councilwoman Herron? Yes. Mr. Famularo?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion's
Great.
approved, so.
Thank you. Thank you all for your help.
I'll just give the same spiel that we give everybody that comes in for these. Next month, we'll do the resolution, like you heard us voting on the 6 resolutions we had from last month. Once the decision of that, once that resolution is memorialized next month, there'll be a notice sent to the newspaper. And then once that decision's posted in the newspaper, there's technically a 45-day appeal period where somebody could appeal your approval. You can proceed with your project once you get your permits. You're just proceeding at risk until that 45-day appeal period expires.
Okay. Very good.
Okay?
Great.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, Dom.
Thank you.
Take care.
Good evening. Yep, likewise, guys.
All right, before we go to the next case, I'm just gonna make one announcement, and that's that, our third case this evening, case number 24-4P, William Kenny, 1944 South Park Avenue, block 141, lot 1. Suzanne said that he's not able to make it this evening, so his case is gonna be, pushed to the next meeting, which is May 16th.
So no further notice.
No
will be
further notice will
required.
be required. And then there's the
There's
other
another
case that
one.
isn't on this agenda because it was already, let me see if I can find it. The case that was supposed to be on. Can you tell me? Hold on, I want to find it. Is it in the Dropbox for May? Okay. No, for May. Is it in the May Dropbox? I'll look. I should have thought of this earlier.
What was the name of that application?
I can't
It
find
did
it.
start with a B.
BOSSONG? Okay.
What's the address?
Did we do a review on that? No, because you were in the review. Okay, and they didn't do this, okay, let's go over. Okay. Because I don't have the file for it anyway, so. And I do recall the email where they didn't get the notice in. All right, so. There's no reason to continue noticing, right?
Yeah, I don't see anything for 4.3. Let me see if, you know what? I thought of something. I'll
Oh,
go
here it
to
is, I found it.
in one of the old agendas.
It's right there.
Okay, so also, and one more notice, case number 24-4-3P, Gregory Basong, 411 Second Avenue, Block 15, Lot 16. He asked for his case to be pushed to the May meeting, to the May 16th, 2024 meeting, so we're going to accommodate that request, and no further notice.
Well,
will be
he needs
published.
to notice.
Yeah,
he does need to
That's the
notice?
issue.
That's why they got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he will have to,
That's
to-
right.
Notice appropriately.
I
yeah, to
apologize.
make sure that both notices to the paper and also the 200-foot list is accomplished in order to proceed with the May meeting.
Okay. All right, thank you for your patience. We have one more case this evening. It's case number 24-4-1P, Alexa Ginevro.
Ginevra.
Ginevro, I'm sorry. 1628 Maple Avenue, Block 103, Lot 5, and this is for an addition. We'll have our solicitor swear you in, Ms. Ginevro.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Want to tell us about your project?
Sure. So it is a 176 square foot, one-story addition that will be off the back of our house. It'll be consisting of 2 walk-in closets and a laundry room. That'll come off of our master bedroom and the other bedroom that's right next to our master.
Okay, and,
I don't know as much as that other guy.
Well,
I imagine there's
I-
bulk
I think
variance
this was
relief.
fine. Mr. Chairman, if I may refer the board to our April 12, 2024 review. The property is located in the R5 residential zone. We have a compliant minimum lot area, minimum lot width. The relief sought this evening is for maximum lot coverage, where 34% is being proposed, 31 is existing, and 30 is permitted in the zone. We do note that there's several existing non-conformance only that will be recognized in any approving resolution. That is for front yard setback and side yard aggregate. Similar to previous application, the increase in pervious is 3% of the maximum permitted. In our opinion, that doesn't warrant the necessity of any on-site stormwater management improvements. However, we would recommend the use of rain barrels for some downspouts and directing any new downspouts from the gutter system away from any adjacent properties. We also note that it's under the 500 square feet, so no grading plan would be required for ordinance section 250-1. And that's all I have.
Ms. Ginevro, do you agree to comply with everything in Mr. Bach's letter?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Does anybody on the board have any questions from Ms. Ginevro?
I have some questions. Would you kind of describe, I guess, the thought process of having, making this application in order to have the addition, specifically also putting it in the back versus putting it anywhere else on the property?
Sure. So our house is like 2 bedrooms in the back, first floor, 2 bedrooms upstairs. And our 2 upstairs bedrooms are used for our kids. Downstairs is my husband and I. And then we have a guest bedroom that's currently used as a closet. And so we want the closets to be off of our master, which is in the back. And then the only other place we could really put the laundry room is off of the other bedroom that will hopefully be a guest bedroom. Just because our sides are literally the other 2 houses and the front, well, we wouldn't put it in the front, but just because our front is like our kitchen and living room.
And also, would you say that you want to keep the front of the property consistent with the neighbors,
Yeah,
the way that it looks?
yeah.
Um,
And then also, may I add to the conversation, solicitor, that they do have a detached garage all the way in the rear of the property, which necessitates a long driveway, but that is one of our goals in terms of the aesthetics of all our residential zones, is to have a detached garage and have them further back in the lot. So that's consistent with that. And I believe that contributes to the lot coverage that currently exists at 31%, and this is increasing it up to
So a substantial
33%.
benefit variance.
I believe so. I believe that could be, I think the board can consider that.
Okay.
The benefits of this variance outweighs the detriments, especially on the aesthetics and the back rear detached garage.
Okay.
You have a shared driveway,
We do.
so it splits, that's the side. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding the back. Right. So maybe one side splits to your garage, and goes to your neighbor's garage, I guess when you come up.
Yeah, like it gets one straightaway between the two houses, and then it does split off into both garages.
Would you say that the addition is also consistent with other, maybe additions in neighboring properties?
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody else got any questions? It would be appropriate to bring it for a motion at this point, Ms. Hyatt?
Absolutely.
You want to
Do you want me to-
summarize?
Yeah, I can summarize.
Did we-
So this,
Did we open?
oh yeah, open to the public.
Open the meeting to the public. Seeing how there's nobody here, we'll close the meeting to the public.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Without further ado, thank you. I'm glad Mike's here.
So this applicant is requesting a one-story addition to an existing dwelling. The addition is proposed for the back of the dwelling. She is seeking a variance for lot coverage, for proposing a lot coverage of 34% when the maximum lot coverage is 30%. She also has also to mention is that the existing lot coverage is already over the required amount by 31%. So it is an existing non-conforming condition. She also has a existing non-conforming condition both in the front yard setback and the aggregate side yard setback. It sounds to me like this application could qualify potentially for both C1 and maybe also C2 bulk variance for, it sounds like some of the existing property conditions are a hardship, specifically in that the property has a detached garage, which has a long driveway. It contributes to the amount of lot coverage. It sounds to me that putting the addition in the back of the property would keep the front of the property consistent with other neighboring properties. And there are, side setbacks. So there's quite an issue with, you couldn't put it there either. And it sounds like it's also going to be very consistent with the look and aesthetics of other neighboring properties.
Would anyone like to make a motion to approve or disapprove the application at this time?
I mean, I'll make a motion to approve the application on the conditions set forth by Mr. Fox. Review letter and also to incorporate the existing non-conforming uses as well. And I'll second it.
Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Suzanne?
Ms. Bonaccorsi?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Mr. Shannon?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hearn? Mr. Famular?
Yes.
And Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Congratulations, it's approved.
Okay.
And did you hear
Can
the
you tell me
caveat
that
I
again?
gave to the last?
I know next month, May 16th, you guys will do what you did earlier. Do I need to come to hear that?
No, you don't need to be
Okay.
here.
So.
We
pretty
just
much
tell
it's
you
fine.
so that you know if you proceed before the appeal period expires, that you're proceeding at your own risk should anybody appeal it, but
Okay.
I would say that's highly unlikely.
Okay. I don't even know when our guy can start at this point, so who knows when this will
Sounds like the
actually
way
even
things
go
are
down.
going.
But thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in. Have a good night.
For the last
Thank you.
previous case I sent, the deed,
Thank you. So it was
Okay.
recorded?
it was recorded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when with Edmondson, like the tax portal, I don't know when that's updated.
Well, during COVID, it was taking 3 to 6 months
Wow.
to update the deeds. I don't know if they've caught up.
Well, the process is it first comes to the county clerk's office, which records the deed. And then after a few days of go through the processing, then it gets sent to the county tax board, who takes a few days to update their records. And then they push it out to the other services are out there. So there's a lot of lag time in there.
Before it gets report shows up on the records.
Yes.
So, Mr. Schmidt, would you like to share your password with all of us? I know that's a pretty good password.
I think we should,
Oh, no. You have a subscription, don't you?
Yes, I do. Oh, is that what you just looked up on the script sheet? Yeah, so that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast. I've got recorded that just in February. Very nice.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I thought you had a special password. Real good.
Mine gets it about 24 hours before you.
Oh, that's not bad.
do we have any other business this evening? Is there any correspondence, Suzanne? Does anybody have anything they want to bring to the board's attention or discuss? Why are you being shy? Well, I see that 503 and 505 stations on. So, pack a lunch. Sorry, we'll get,
Well, it's going to be Kenny and Bossing.
you saved me on the public participation, so you're off the hook, don't worry.
That's just a sign. That should not.
You too, but you got a life, you have a life, man. You have a life outside of the planning board, I think, don't you? Yeah, me neither. Occasionally
Well,
it gets in the
we'll
way.
look at
sometimes.
that. I think that would probably, Mr. Chairman, I would say right now that you have Kenny, which is the shed,
Song, which is another
Song.
fault.
We have the VFW, which is a sign, and then you're gonna have Station Avenue. If the other one, fifth one.
Three of them seem pretty
Are you
straightforward
locked in?
potentially, so,
All right,
yeah,
Yeah,
let's,
let's close.
let's
I'm sorry.
let's
I was just talking
entertain a
about
motion to
setting
adjourn.
the agenda though.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.
So there's 4 cases. Well, it sounds like